Harry Truman called him, quote, the best damn painter in America. Thomas Hart Benton and his expansive murals taught us something about ourselves. Hello, I'm Bill Callaherca for Kansas City Crossroads. His style was distinctly Benton, straightforward, colorful, and sometimes brutally honest. For much of his life, Thomas Hart Benton called Kansas City home.
He was an American scene painter, and at that time in the 1930s, middle 30s, the scene painters, the realistic painters, were not in vogue. This new abstractionism had arisen, and Benton was at war with those people. And so he finally decided to give up New York, and that's why they moved here and came back here.
His studio in the Valentine neighborhood welcomed friends who shared an appreciation of his unpretentious manner and his salty wit.
It looked very much like it does today. They didn't disturb it much. It was smelled of turpentine and his paints. You can see all these brushes are still here.
Using those brushes to paint America the way he saw it, Benton achieved worldwide acclaim.
Because fame came to him early and late, and he wore it simply as a plain and sometimes prickly garment, sometimes bourbon-stained, but never starchy. The greatest thing I think that ever happened to him was his wife. He married a native-born Italian, Rita Piacenza. She husbanded the fires of his genius in his life and took care of him. I don't think he would have amounted to become a great painter if it hadn't been for her.
In addition to his skills as a painter, Benton played a mean harmonica.
He was an amazing harmonica player. He, in fact, invented a method of scaling harmonica music on 4 or 5 lines, and then he had these little symbols which represented inhaling or exhaling, and there were notes of a scale, and it's known as Benton's harmonica music.
Benton is probably best remembered for capturing the heart of America and his native Missouri.
He disdained without malice high society, which he likened to, quote, froth on a glass of beer, close quote. But he deeply loved what he called the solid underneath layer of common folk and his fellow man. And through his remarkable, multifaceted genius, he portrayed for all of us these wondrous images on canvas, on paper, on stone, and in figures of clay and bronze. That was Thomas Hart Benton.